Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Trouble, and today I'm going to be making an overview of the House of Evolution from the One Punch Man story. Let's just jump right on in. So, the House of Evolution was created by Dr. Genius some time ago. We have no idea. Dr. Genius was a mad scientist who believes that humanity was imperfect, and so he wanted to perfect humanity through the art of artificial intelligence. He created the House of Evolution deep within the mountains, and the top structure of the house was kind of like a skyscraper. Yeah, and he created it with massive underground facilities in it. That's where he stayed for the basically rest of his life. He began experimenting, and he created clones of himself to help him throughout his plan to create these monsters. And yeah, and eventually he would find success. We know of one such monster, or one such subject, whose title is Subject Number 66, who left the organization. So we can assume that there is a minimum, he had a minimum of 60 subjects. Whether they were a success or not, we have no idea. And for the longest time, that was the House of Evolution. But the House of Evolution was eventually came to a close when Dr. Genius sent out one of his subjects to collect strong fighters and blood. This fighter would eventually come into contact with with a young cyborg, and managed to defeat this cyborg. But as soon as they were about to kill him, that's when our main character Saitama came out of nowhere and defeat the monster. The Dr. Genius then saw this, and when he saw this, he sent out more monsters to capture this individual who defeated his monsters so easily. This hit squad was defeated, and Saitama and Genos, who was the cyborg from earlier, set out off to the House of Evolution to confront Dr. Genius. Upon arriving, Genos would immediately destroy the skyscraper, the upper facilities, the above ground facilities of the base in one fell swoop. Dr. Genius downstairs and freed the strongest monster of the House of Evolution, that being Carnage Kabuto. And ordered Carnage Kabuto to do whatever he wanted with Genos, but capture Saitama. Carnage Kabuto managed to defeat Genos, but was swiftly and immediately defeated by Saitama. Dr. Genius, seeing Saitama defeat the most powerful monster of the House of Evolution, Dr. Genius lost his will to continue his genetic experiment, and eventually left to created a Takayaki shop. And the Takayaki shop was headed up by him and two other monsters. And so that's the House of Evolution. The base of the House of Evolution has an underground facilities that contain the cage that Carnage Kabuto was kept in, which is supposed to be a pretty fucking strong cage, because Carnage Kabuto is literally disaster level fucking dragon, like a high dragon. Like, I'm talking about like Flashy Flash and or high mid dragon, if you want to call it, Flashy Flash, Darkshine, around that level. So it was a pretty fucking powerful cage. And the fighting chamber, a fighting chamber that was created to test new subjects of Dr. Genius. And yeah, and just some of the individuals who worked there were Dr. Genius, as we went over his clones, which there was a lot of them, and Carnage Kabuto, who we just talked about. Carnage Kabuto is Disaster Level Dragon. He's also the most powerful creation of Dr. Genius and the House of Evolution. Beast King is Disaster Level Demon. He was defeated by Saitama in the raid, in the squadron that Dr. Genius sent to capture him. And we have Armored Gorilla. Armored Gorilla was defeated by Genos. We can assume that he's like a low demon, high tiger, something like that. And then we have Kamakiri, who was also killed by Saitama. We have Ground Dragon, who was killed by Saitama. Slugosaurus, who was killed by Saitama. And Mosquito Girl, who was defeated by Saitama. And lastly, we have Subject Number 66, who is Zombie Man. Yes, the House of Evolution is responsible. Dr. Genius is responsible for the creation of the S-Class hero Zombie Man. So, yeah, that's the House of Evolution. The House of Evolution is one of those. One of the things I really love about Saitama, One Punch Man, not Saitama, is that like these secret shadowy organization. I love how it's just like this organization deep within the mountains, and it's isolated. We have a couple of them. We have the one that kept Tatsumaki as a child. We have the ninja village that's going on right now in the manga. Yeah, and Saitama says earlier, shit, I don't remember. I don't remember if he said this, but oh yeah, that was in the retcon. It was in the retcon when he was talking to Orochi. Saitama actually said that he defeated countless organization and stuff like that. So I really have a soft spot for organizations like this, and I really do hope we get to see more of them in the story going forward. Yeah, but that's a House of Evolution. Tell me what you guys think down in the comments section below, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.